As the architect of the team, I will speak about how we came up with the design for this project. In our final design that we came up with, it consumed a total of 10,177 square feet of space on the first floor of the office building. In designing the layout, our number one priority was to ensure that there was plenty of space for meetings and collaboration. To meet this end, we developed a plan to have a total of 3 conference rooms, a technology room, 2 open meeting areas, 3 private office rooms, a break room, a printer and plotter room, and restrooms. Each of the smaller conference rooms had approximately 375 square feet of space. The third conference room, and by far the largest, resulted in 610 square feet of space. This conference room was developed to allow enough seats for all parties to join a meeting without having to cram extra chairs for necessary personnel. Each of these conference rooms will be equipped with a TV that is enabled to be connected by simply plugging an HDMI cable into your computer, along with Bluescape technology that will make sharing information easy and hassle-free. This in turn will help everyone present their drawings, plans, proposals, analyze budgets, etc. during the meetings. There will also be conference call technology to accommodate for any potential traveling that people will have to do, and also to communicate with field employees when a problem arises. Next, coming to the technology room. It's placed right in the middle of the open meeting areas, and it is designed to engage clients and team members in a virtual world of the project. This room is equipped with a full VR experience along with Bluescape technology that enables easy sharing and collaborative screen technology. Having this space will help the team members go through the design right from the inception of the project, and also supports the use of BIM. It is highly beneficial for large hospital projects where a lot of trades need to work hand in hand to avoid mistakes. For example, having equipment in line with the MEPs play an important and critical role in a hospital project, and sometimes even a small mistake can lead to major waste of time and money. To avoid such situations, having a space with virtual collaborative technology will help in resolving a lot of questions and doubts raised by different team members during presentations and discussions right from the beginning of the project, and most often it can be done on spot as all the team members are present in one space, thereby saving time on activities like raising RFIs and following up on them. This is one of the biggest benefits of setting up a co-location space, as it truly promotes a dynamic and collaborative environment by achieving the common goal of saving valuable time and money. As we all know, money is at the center of every project, so having this feature will help the overall success of the project.
Now we will talk about the individual characteristics of this design. The most important consideration we had when we designed this floor was to allow the opportunity to collaborate. This meant that it would be a necessity to have an open floor plan, which would allow for more interaction and communication. In our design, we included approximately 80 desks out in the open space. They are arranged in clusters so that each person could just turn around and collaborate with each other. After researching the best way to encourage communication, we determined that having such open desks was the correct path to pursue. Another feature that was included in our design was the 2 open meeting areas. These open meeting areas would have whiteboards with markers that can easily be accessed and moved around. The tables would also be able to be drawn on, similar to the tables that can be found in the Watt Family Innovation Center on Clemson's main campus. Having whiteboards can be beneficial in so many ways. For example, if someone's not fully comprehending a design when it is explained to them, the other person can simply draw out the design, which allows the other person to get a little better visual representation of it. These open meeting areas are relatively small, but are made that way on purpose. We want to keep these areas for quick collaborations or meetings amongst 3 or 4 people, and for meetings any larger than that, it'd be wiser to use one of the 3 conference rooms. Of course, our plans also feature 3 main offices. These are reserved for the 3 main parties involved, which are the owner or owner's rep, architect's representative, or the contractor's representative. All the remaining essential personnel will have access to any of the desks in the open floor that is reserved for their party. These locations are color-coded in the legend on the layout. The orange spaces are reserved for the architects. The blue spaces are reserved for the owner's representatives, developer, and financial consultants. The red spaces are for the contractor to utilize. The yellow desks are for the essential subcontractors, while the green desks are reserved for the engineers on the project. We realize that very rarely will every single desk be filled up at one time, but it was made this way on purpose. We wanted each member to feel at home in their office and to have their own personalized desk. So to do this, we designated enough spaces to each party, that way no employee has to share a desk with another employee. This would also allow for quicker computer access, as it would save time, the time it would take to log on and pull up all the files that were needed.
This slide portrays on how an IPD process was used during the design phase of our training room. Being the contractor, perhaps the biggest role for me was to maintain a proper collaboration between the architect and the subcontractors, such as plumbing and the technology department. We came to the conclusion that the best way to save money in the plumbing division of the estimate was to group all the plumbed rooms together. This is why the men's bathroom, the women's bathroom, and the kitchen and the break area are all right beside each other. This allows the plumbers to run the water and the sewer lines all at once, hence saving time and material costs. Similarly, the two smaller conference rooms were also placed together to allow all the technology cables to be run into them simultaneously. The technology connections generally included the Ethernet cable for Wi-Fi, the dialer phone connections, and wall mounting of television screens. Furthermore, we also wanted the workplace to be very lively with glass windows and cheerful colors to boost the creativity, the happiness, and the productivity in the work ambience. There were over 20,000 square footage of usable space on the first floor, and instead of using all of the space, we decided to just use 10,000 square feet, which was generally needed. This gave us plenty of room for all the office and the meeting rooms, and also scope for future additions and future expansions.
Here's a schedule of the project which will be followed. It can be noticed that the design phase is not long. This is solely because of IPD. Active collaboration of key parties make it so much easier to design the co-location place. Everyone putting their concerns and requirements in front of the architect, who then designed the space considering all crucial aspects, compliances, and scope of work. Collaboration is the biggest driver of this tight schedule, as every party agreed to support each other's work and provide assistance in every possible way. They know the importance of every activity and how it is necessary to reach the milestones. In IPD, collaboration acts as a key factor to determine a project's success directly. It promotes the sense of responsibility among each member and make them realize that their part of work is dependent on the previous activity and also the activity coming after, which in turn would add up to a successful project.
So now that we are familiar with the whole design and how we came up with the essential requirements of the co-location space, let's now discuss the budget. So the budget was formulated with the help of a rough quantity takeoff, with the help of a software named on-screen takeoff or OST. So this tool helped us to know the entire plot area with specific material requirements. The architect and the owner collaborated well so that the budget could reflect overall design with all key requirements covered. All the rates are as per the current market rate with labor costs included in this budget. While playing the role of construction manager, I realized that collaboration in IPD will help in the procurement of these construction materials, as every key player has different connections and can make the availability of certain vendors much easier. This will not only help with procurement of cheaper materials but also connect the project with reliable vendors so that there are no delays due to late deliveries or below par quality of materials. The budget is a very critical part of the project as it affects the schedule as well as the overall cost. So the current budget is set to be around $851,000 with a with a contingency of 10%. The presence of all key stakeholders resulted in a very precise estimate, making sure that no requirements are missed out and all the rates applied here are fair and acceptable to all our vendors. This would improve accuracy of the project and will highly promote the success of the overall project.